Hi there, folks! Before you start watching, we recommend that you subscribe to the new project of our team, Wonder Kids. This is a channel about star children and talents from around the world. The first guest is Cristiano Ronaldo's son and incredible stories from his life. We will leave the link to the channel below the video and in the final screen. Please support our new channel with your views and likes. Thank you! Chelsea players have lined up in a guard of honor for Manchester City ahead of their face-to-face clash at the Etihad. Before Diego Simeone's arrival, Atletico Madrid had qualified for the Champions League only 8 times in its entire history. With El Cholo in charge, Los Rojiblancos have done it 11 times out of 11 full seasons. AS Roma are seriously considering a move for soon-to-be free agent Yuri Tielemans, La Gazzetta dello Sport writes. Daniel Farke will leave Borussia Dortmund at the end of the season, having only been in charge for 1 year, Rheinische Post reports. Olympique Marseille have placed Strasbourg midfielder Habib Diarra on their summer shortlist. Well, I won't stay. A new manager will come in and bring his own coaches. Frank Lampard answered the question about a possible job in the staff of the next Chelsea coach. Barcelona want to keep Frankie de Jong, and they will begin negotiations over a new contract in the near future, Diario Sport claims. Napoli are yet to contact any potential replacements for Luciano Spalletti. President Aurelio De Laurentiis is holding on to hope that the Italian stays at the Partenopei, Il Mattino understands. Borussia Dortmund marksman Sebastian Aller scored 9 Bundesliga goals in the second half of the season, more than any other Bundesliga player. PSG sporting advisor Luis Campos is open to the departure of Marco Verratti. However, the Red and Blues president Nasser Al-Khelaifi is much more close to the idea of losing the midfielder, L'Équipe informs. The Glazer family is considering postponing the decision to sell Manchester United until the end of the season, ESPN shares. During the game against Valencia, Vinicius received a red card for the first time in a Real Madrid shirt. AC Milan's Rafael Leao has been directly involved in 21 goals, 13 goals, and 8 assists, his best tally in a single Serie A season. This season, Bayern have already lost in 4 fixtures out of 11 with Thomas Tuchel on board. Under Nagelsmann, there were only 3 defeats in 37 games, Bild notes. We must not make the Champions League an obsession. I know we'll win it one day, PSG goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma told Telefoot. This summer, Liverpool owners are likely to provide the busiest transfer window in the entire time of Jurgen Klopp's work, the Liverpool Echo informs. Rodrigo de Paul scored 1 goal and provided 4 assists in his last 5 appearances for Atletico Madrid. Angel Di Maria's contract renewal is no longer an ambiguous question for Juventus. The footballer is not in a very good relationship with Massimiliano Allegri, and if they do not qualify for the Champions League, the club will not be able to guarantee the Argentinian the salary he's asking for. Ajax's Edson Alvarez has been impressed with Borussia Dortmund's progress this season. The Mexican is open to a transfer move, Florian Plettenberg notes. Nice will not hold back Kasper Schmeichel from leaving, as teammates grow frustrated with the goalkeeper's freedom to choose his own training schedule, L'Équipe says. Manchester City have scored 100 goals in home matches this season in all competitions, 34 more than any other side from Europe's top 5 leagues. Barcelona have agreed 4-year agreement with Ruben Neves, but will not pay Wolverhampton Wanderers for the Portuguese, sending a number of their players to Wolves as part of the swap deal instead. Mourinho may think that Roma can't invest large amounts of money next season, but the love of the fans isn't paralleled anywhere else. Jose should continue to build an even more important Roma. AS Roma legend and former club captain Giuseppe Giannini said in an interview with Corriere dello Sport. If we lose the title and I'm on the sideline, I'm responsible. I'll not look for excuses, Bayern Munich boss Thomas Tuchel promised on ZDF Sports Studio. Lyon women's team crowned champions of France for the 16th time in their history, the highest number of domestic league wins among teams from the Big 5 European leagues. Pep Guardiola is the first coach in football to win the Premier League, La Liga, and the Bundesliga 3 times in a row. Canadian Vancouver Whitecaps are interested in acquiring Real Madrid winger Eden Hazard, Cope notifies. AC Milan are keen to pull off 5 summer signings. The Rossoneri will be looking for a new left back, 2 midfielders, a winger, and a striker. Bayern honorary president Uli Hoeneß is unhappy with managing mistakes made by directors Hasan Salihamidzic and Oliver Kahn and will oversee the club's summer transfer window on his own. Kim Min-jae has held preliminary transfer talks with PSG as interest in the Napoli defender continues to mount, Lee 10 Sport reveals. Now we are gonna show you the results of Sunday's fixtures. Moving on to the key events of the release. Let's have a brief rewind of yesterday's matches. Starting off with the Premier League. Brighton beat Southampton and thus will play European football for the first time in their history next season. Meanwhile, Manchester City, already in the status of champions, outplayed Chelsea 1-0. The title celebrations were very colorful and filled with excitement. As for Serie A, Scudetto winners Napoli managed to defeat Inter at home 3-1. In the Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund slammed Augsburg in an away tie 3-0. Now, with one game to spare this season, the Hornets are 2 points ahead of Bayern. The gold medals are very close to reach. In Liga 1, PSG turned out to be stronger than Auxerre 2-1. One more win and the Persians guarantee themselves another league silverware. At last, there was a huge scandal in La Liga. Real Madrid lost to Valencia 1-0, and during the last minutes of the match, the bad supporters began calling Vinicius Junior a monkey and wishing him death. Then the Brazilian got sent off for hitting Valencia striker Hugo Duro in the face. However, for some reason the VAR did not pay attention to the fact that Duro had attacked Vinicius and grabbed his throat earlier on. Los Blancos have already announced their intention to bring those fans who shouted racist insults at the footballer to justice. If necessary, the club is ready to bring the case to court. Vinicius received massive support from his teammates, many footballers from other clubs, and media celebrities, while he himself released the following statement. Racism is normal in La Liga. The competition thinks it's normal, the federation does too, and the opponents encourage it. The championship that once belonged to Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Cristiano and Messi today belongs to racists. I'm sorry for the Spaniards who don't agree, but today in Brazil, Spain is known as a country of racists. And unfortunately for everything that happens every week, I have no defense. I agree, but I'm strong and I will go to the end against racists, Vini wrote on his Instagram page. Barcelona have calculated how much of a financial benefit they will receive from Lionel Messi's return. Turns out, the Catalans will receive about 150 million euros thanks to the attention of new sponsors, and the profit from the sale of Barca shirts should increase by 50%. Another 80 million is expected to come from sold tickets. By the way, Robert Lewandowski has already openly invited Messi back to Camp Nou. I'd like to play with Messi here. He has changed his style in recent years. It's easier to play with players who understand football as deeply as he does. We would definitely use it, the Poland and Blaugrana striker stated. Chelsea have made Dusan Vlahovic their #1 summer target, according to ESPN. The Serbian attacker arrived in Turin from Fiorentina back in January 2022 and has 3 years left on his contract with the Bianconeri. Vlahovic has netted 23 goals in 62 appearances in all competitions for Juve, but is not feeling comfortable with Massimiliano Allegri's defensive tactics and uncertainty over next season's Champions League qualification. Chelsea intend to take advantage of this situation. The future new coach of the Blues, Mauricio Pochettino, has already been promised the signing of a new 9 in the upcoming transfer window, and it seems like it could be Vlahovic. Bayern Munich defensive midfielder Joshua Kimmich has attracted the attention of other big clubs. Liverpool and Arsenal have entered the race for the German, Marca reports. Both English clubs are willing to offer the Bavarian 60 million euros for their star services. Other contenders for Kimmich are known to be Real Madrid and Barcelona. Guys, don't forget to check out and support videos from the Wonder Kids channel. The link is in front of you. Thank you all for watching, and see you in a bit.